After having a great first game, Bill Blumberooski came into this practice next week and said, guys, we gotta get better. Bill did not come to practice playing. He came out very intense, and as you can see, he rolled out of that pocket and seen nothing but that end zone, so he took that thing all the way to the crib. And with this college football program losing for like the past 10 years, it's time for a change, so Bill Blumberooski will throw another pass to his receiver, and he will get tackled. But going into the next play, as you can see, he was sitting in the pocket. There were no targets, but yes, he did. He found a target to Cephas, and he take that thing all the way to the crib. Everything that Bill Blumberooski do is just amazing. I mean, he throws out of the pocket great. He sits in the pocket great. Steps up in the pocket. He can do it all, and he can also run that ball. He is not scared to run through you and boom over you. But as you can see, oh my God, spin move, breaking tackles and going crazy in practice. But Coach said you're in no danger of losing that starting position. Going into our second game of the season, going against Oklahoma State. As you can see, on 3rd and 10, Bill Blumberooski rolls out of that pocket and throws a dot to Smith, and he will get tackled. Going into this game, being down by 7, we kind of got all the pressure on our backs on 1st and 10. Juke, oh my God, breaking tackles, and he could get up that field. I am muscling up, but things went bad. Bill Blumberooski got hurt, and he was watching his team, and as you can see on 2nd and 7, what is the quarterback doing? I said, no, I'm going to get back on that field and get that read option, and as you can see, oh my God, 1st down. Getting down to that goal line on 1st and goal, as you can see, he was tripping over his teammates, but he will get in that box and said, no sir, this is my house. But as you can see on 1st and 10, he was sitting in that pocket. That boy not scared. But as you can see, he rolls out because that DN was coming, and he finds an open receiver for a 34-yard reception. But on 1st and goal, that's how you throw a touch check down real quick. And on 1st and goal, that's how you get it to your running back and punch that thing again. But on 1st and goal, as you can see, we punch it in again. And on 2nd and 8, I was sitting in that pocket, but I rolled out, and they was kind of all coming. But guess what? I found the open tight end all the way down the field, and he will get a great reception. As you can see, we're going to end the game. I get player of the game with 2 total TDs. On to our next game against Arizona. Oh my God, the tight end got so wide open to drop the ball. Come on, man. How you drop that? But on 3rd and 3, Bill Blumberooski said he's not going to drop his head. I'm going to go get it myself since my teammate couldn't get it. But I dap him up and say, you good, brother. I got your back. But on 2nd and 3, as you can see, he rolls out of that pocket again. And I think they was in some cover 1 defense, but that thing was terrible, so I took it in for 6. But when Bill get that boom, oh my God, look at that running back lay that linebacker out. But Bill gets that ball in his hands, it's something special, and he throws a deep pass, and he will get knocked out of bounds. But on 1st and 10, I was sitting in that pocket, but I got a little too impatient. I took that thing myself and said dive for a 6 because I'm the man. But on 1st and 10, as you can see, Bill rolls out of that pocket and throws another dot. But on 1st and 10, it's now 27-7, and I said I want to run that score, but I'm not going to lie, he threw me to that ground. I got back up and said, boy, you done lost your mind. But on 2nd and 29, I roll out of that pocket. I'm going to show this boy what I'm made of, and I will throw that thing down deep, and he goes and get it, and he turns that corner, and he could, and he would go all the way for 6. But as you can see on 1st and 10, I said, hold on, let's do it again. But he gets shoestring tackle, and Bill Blumberooski will break the school passing yards record already. This is just the 3rd game, baby. But he gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. After coming out of the monster game last game, we're going to break these boys right here apart going against UTEP. And on 1st and 10, I throw it to Franklin, and that boy is stiff arming his way up the field for a 36-yard reception. Then I give it to the running back Traylon Smith for a 4-yard TD run. But on 1st and goal, Bill Blumberooski bounces it outside and said, I want 1 too, fellas. But on 1st and 10, he was sitting back in that pocket and throws a dot to the tight end. Everybody gonna eat this game. It's 21-0. I told you we were gonna get these boys a spanking, and I give it to Franklin again. And on 2nd and 18, sitting in that pocket, they sent a blitz. The boys sent a blitz. And against Bill Blumberooski, that's the worst thing you could do. And on 2nd and 2, he rolls out of that pocket and goes in with his 2nd rushing TD and said, no, this is my house. Y'all boys got me messed up. But as you can see, he was sitting in the pocket again, rolls out, finds a wide open receiver. Wilson goes in. It is now 55 to I don't even know it. We blew him out, and Bill gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. But the past seasons that UTSA has had, they ever have great ones. So as you can see, going against Houston, this is a blessed game to have, and we have to have a great one to show the world who we are. And Bill Blumberooski throws his first interception of the season. This cannot be true. But on 2nd and 3, as you can see, he rolls out of that pocket and said, I will not back down. And he throws a dot to his receiver, but he gets boomed. But as you can see on 1st and goal, Bill Blumberooski will take it in for 6. He said, I'm not going to back down. Y'all boys going to feel me. I promise you that. But with us going up 7-0 early, it puts stress on that defense, so I'm going to break it all the way apart. And as you can see, we throw a dot down the field. And on 2nd and goal, Bill Blumberooski will run through you, run around you, do anything to get in that box. But on on 3rd and 10, he rolls out of the pocket with 41 seconds on the clock. It's 21-14, and number 18, he could and he would hit that sideline to put the icing on the cake. Bill gets player of the game with 3 total TDs. On to our next game against March. On 1st and 10, I thought I'd do a dot, but I threw that thing over his head. But that tight end so tall, you could jump up and get it, son. But on 2nd and 10, Bill rolls out of the pocket again, and we kind of got a lot of pressure on us. We're down, so we got to score, and I throw my 2nd interception of the season. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm not going to lie. And on 2nd and 10, and when Bill gets frustrated, he doesn't play well, but as you can see, he put it aside, and he's going to play a great game. But on 1st and 10, he gets back in that pocket, thought he was going to get sacked. Get off of me, boy. And he rolls out and throws a dot to Hyder, and he could run over and gets filmed as well. One of Bill's first read progressions is that tight end. That's his favorite tight end. That's his favorite target. And as you can see, if it's not the tight end, it's himself. He's going to run it right up the middle. And on 1st and goal, we give it to the running back Smith for 6. And on 2nd and goal, I will roll out of that pocket and take it in again and give all praises to the Most High. And on 1st and 10, Bill rolls out of that pocket again. He will throw another dot. And Cephas could and he would go all the way for a 6. But Bill gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. Going to our next game, we prepared for this game like it was a stat game. And on 1st and 10 against Rice, as you can see, Bill Bumbaruski will roll out of that pocket. Juke, oh my God, he will get hit though. They rallied the ball. And on 1st and 10, he rolls out of the pocket and we will go in with the first touchdown of the game. It's time to get it started. And with that being said, he breaks the school rushing TD record with 12 rushing TDs on the season already. And he runs a read option and runs another one, and that takes us up 14-0. And we throw another one to take us up 21-0. And as you can see on 1st and 10, I mean, I'm just sitting here. This D-line is terrible. And as you can see, he will catch that ball and bounce it back out, but they rallied that ball again. And on 1st and 10, he was sitting back in that pocket. He could wait. God, he catches that ball. He looks like Devontae Smith out there. And on 1st and 10, he will roll out again and throw it to his tight end for 6. With the number that Bill Bumbaruski is putting up every single game, I'm not going to lie, they have no choice but to give him Heisman. But the team that he's on, they might not give him Heisman, but he's going to keep working. He gets player of the game with 7 total TDs. Finally, after all of the hard work that we've been through, all of the games we have won without losing not one game, but we've been in some close games, but we came through. We are now ranked number 24 in the country. And on 1st and goal, Bill Bumbaruski will bounce it out and dive for 6. And on 2nd and 10, as you can see, he rolls out again. I think that's his favorite thing to do, is roll out of that pocket because he's different. I mean, he looks like Patrick Mahomes, but better. And on 2nd and 2, he runs it in again. And on 1st and 10, he rolls out of that pocket, throws a dot for 6. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, Bill Bumbaruski rolls out of that pocket, and as you can see, he puts that thing on the money. I mean, I told that boy to go get it, and he went to go get it. And on 2nd and 10, he will roll out of the pocket again. They keep sending a blitz. I don't know who they think I am. I roll out of the pocket for a reason. You're going to have to put them DNs on contain because they not going to catch me, buddy. But as you can see on 2nd and 10, he went and go get it, and he could, and he would take that thing. Oh, my God, he filmed him. And on 2nd and goal, he rolls out again for 6. And he said, I'm just going to break every record I can. And Bill gets player of the game with 7 total TDs. After talking to coach, and he said I was in the Heisman race, I came out to Tulsa and said, I'm going to embarrass these boys. And as you can see, that boy could, and he would take this thing to the crib to get the game started off. And we get the first touchdown of the game. And on 3rd and 10, we get the ball back, and Tulsa obviously didn't score, so I throw a dot to Clark for another touchdown. And on 1st and 10, I give it to Smith. He said, I want one, and guess what he did? That boy took that thing all the way to the crib and got him 1-2. And I said, let's get it, boy. And on 1st and 10, my receiver said he wanted one. So guess what? That boy gonna go get him 1-2. Franklin could, and he would go get Hawk. Come on, baby. You got to be faster if you want one. But on 1st and goal, we get out to that goal line, and I will take that thing in. It's now 35-21. And on 1st and 10, I find my tight end, my favorite target. He could and he would go all the way. But he will get Hawk because he has the speed as Bill Bumbaruski. And Bill Bumbaruski will take it in with another one. And on 1st and goal, guess what he did? Another one. And he was fired up. He said, hey, that's 5. That's 5 of them. But as you can see, he gets the game off for 5 total TDs. Going into our next game against Tulane on 1st and 10, I think we found our match. This D-line rallied that ball and made Bill Bumbaruski fumble it. So he got back up and said, you know what? On 2nd and 10, he rolls out of that pocket and said, I'm going to dot y'all boys boys up. Y'all done messed up. Y'all done tried me like I was a rookie, even though I'm a freshman, but I play like a senior. And as you can see, that boy threw a dot to Cephas. And on 1st and 10, he rolls out of that pocket again, said he gonna go get one himself for 6. And he was fired up. He said, no, everybody get off of me. I got this. I'm breaking loose, and I'm breaking out of my cage, so I'm gonna throw another dot and show these boys that I'm the Heisman that everybody want and that everybody gonna know about after this season. And that boy was absolutely fired up. And he thanked the O-line after he ran that one in because they just blocked amazing. And on 1st and 10, we found the tight end all the way down the field, and he could and he would take that thing 4-6. We're going to win the game, and Bill gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. On to our next game against North Texas. We're now ranked number 5. We are now back on the maps, and everybody know about UTSA. I mean, all the Alabamas, all the LSUs, everybody that's up there in the SEC, they gonna know about us today. And when we play them, we gonna make sure that we show them boys who we are and how hard we hit and how we strike that ball down that field on offense. And as you can see, we're not playing. And on 1st and 10, it's 31-14 already. I throw that ball to Hyder for 6, and I sit back in that pocket, and I got impatient, and I took that thing all the way to the house, and I will dive because I'm that man. I said, no. It's no respect with y'all boys. I'm going to show y'all boys how I feel about you. And on 1st and 10, I take that thing all the way to the crib again and get player of the game with 7 total TDs. On to our next game against LA Tech. It kind of got physical before the game. We got to an altercation because they were stumping on our logo, and we weren't going for it, but they picked the ball off, and they're kind of backing up their problems. I told my wide receiver, I said, boy, don't throw your hands up at me if you don't want the ball. Bill was kind of getting in his head. When he got to the sideline, he threw his helmet down, and coach said, you can't do that, son, but he throws a dot. He said, I'm back. I'm going to show y'all boys who I am. And on 1st and 10, I'm going to show y'all boys why I'm a Heisman contender. I'm going to show y'all boys why I've been underrated my whole life, and that boy threw a dot to his wide receiver, and that boy got up that field. It's 24-17. Starbacks against the wall, and this team isn't even ranked, so if we lose this game, we would not go to that national championship game. And on 1st and 10, it's 31-27. I throw a dot, but he was out of bounds. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. On 1st and goal, Bill Bumbaruski takes it in for 6. But it's 1st and 10. They went back down and scored. It's now 38-34. And oh my God, will he catch it? No, he will not. And they will go on and win the ball game. We lost the game. With all of the years that UTSA has had a losing record, they finally made it to the conference game. And on 4th and 3, I absolutely threw a dot and the wide receiver dropped the ball. But on 2nd and 10, Bill Bumbaruski rolls out of that pocket and he could find another person, but he throws an interception. And at the end of the season, he's been throwing interceptions like they're regular passes. I don't know what's going on. But on 1st and 10, he rolls out of that pocket, and could he find a receiver? Yes, he will. He would not get in for 6, but you know who gonna get in for 6 on 1st and goal. That boy gonna take that thing in, and yes, sir, y'all know what time it is. But when Bill Bumbaruski gets that first touchdown, he start doing crazy things that you never seen. Throwing it off your back foot, doing crazy passes, and on 2nd and 10, he threw it up, but he threw another interception, and I don't know what has gotten into Bill Bumbaruski. I think something is going on in his head. He got something back at home going on, but he's frustrated. I don't know what it is, but on 2nd and 1, he throws a dot. And on 1st and 10, he rolls out of that pocket again, and guess what? He will find a receiver, and he will cut it up that field, bounce it with a break one tackle, and could go in for 6. And on 1st and goal, he said he gonna put matters into his own hand and take that thing in. And on 1st and 10, it's overtime, man. It's 42-35, so we got the backs against the wall, and he throw it to Franklin. But guess what? We're back up after we score. And on 1st and goal, Bill Bumbaruski takes it in, and he says, shh, y'all boys thought we wasn't gonna win, and we came, and we are the truth, and we are conference champions. With all that said, we still didn't go to that national championship, but Bill Bumbaruski, freshman season Heisman, with the stats that he had was crazy. After winning Heisman, he's been getting so many calls from all of these coaches with NIL deals saying they want him and they would give him a certain amount of money if he comes. So Bill Bumbaruski has entered the transfer portal. Drop in the comments down below if you think Bill Bumbaruski made the right decision.